What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. I just came out of Costco, not Costco, Trader Joe, and I just picked up well, originally I went in to pick up some raw almonds, not raw almonds, but roasted almonds, unsalted roasted almonds, because I'm on a cut right now. And you know how it is when you go in for one thing, you come out with something else. So I ended up picking up this Spindrift sparkling water with real squeezed fruits. So apparently it's a sparkling water with real juice, lime juice and raspberry puree. So yeah, let's give this a go. Here it is. Smells like I'm gonna explain it. Smells like it's not just pure water, not just pure carbonated water, and it smells a little bit like grapes. I think that's the best way to explain it. But down the hatch, cheers. Spindrift raspberry lime. I picked this one up because there's only 4 left, and I figured out of the other couple flavors, this one is the most popular because everybody bought it. So by conforming, I just chose to try that one as my first time. But anyway, cheers. Okay. Yeah, tastes pretty real for sure. It's like, you know, you get like hints of the lime juice, and then like a speck of the raspberry puree, not puree, but puree. Anyways, so it's been like a week or so, and I haven't made a video, and I really wanted to come up and make a video, and I've been kind of busy lately. I've been, you know, same thing, swimming. I'm being a bit more serious with my fitness, and at the same time now I'm tracking macros, right? Which it's something I haven't done since like maybe plus or minus 6-8 years ago. So I'm kind of excited. I think I'm really noticing a difference, that my face is a little skinnier, and yeah, I mean, so far so good. I'm not super hungry because I get to eat like around 2100 to 2200, which is a decent amount of food still for my age and my height, and what my goals are. And so yeah, that's going really well. And I see that some of you guys have been watching the videos, which, or at least I've been getting views in my end. That's all I can see. I don't know much about the YouTube analytics side of it yet, but hey, like views are views, and we're slowly building this thing up, and I'm happy where we are, and I'm just grateful, right? Sometimes you have to be patient with the journey, and you know, don't rush into it expecting too much result at once. You know, if result comes, that's great, but trying to remind myself that I'm making this because I want to make it, not because I'm doing it for money or for views, for attention, you know. And so without further ado, I've been yapping for quite a bit. I want to talk about today's topic. Today's topic is going to be on insecurities and dating. Boom, boom, boom. Insecurities, right? I mean, everybody has insecurities. Whether you're in high school, whether you're in middle school, except for a kid. When you're a kid, I feel like when you're a kid, I feel like when I was a kid, I didn't know anything, and like people didn't try to classify themselves too much as somebody better or less than you, or have this scale of wanting to be better than other people. I feel like I've noticed that more often after I transitioned to middle school and beyond. You start comparing yourself to other people, and I think especially when you're going through like the stages of puberty where your body's constantly changes, and right, you get pimples here and there, and you know, growth spur happens. So a lot of pros and cons, and inevitably we're gonna pick up features about ourselves that just don't really that we don't really want to see. And and that's where really insecurity stems from. It's an unsatisfaction or about our body, or it could be our body, or it could be our status, or depends on what your insecurities are and what stage of life you are in. But I can safely say, as a 29-year-old, there are still things that I'm insecure about, and I feel like as you get older, you either get better at hiding the insecurities, you either work through the insecurities / overcoming it, or you accept your insecurities. And I want to say, most of the time, to become confident in yourself, you have to either overlook your insecurity, accept that that's who you are, and try to change that. I think, for example, growing up in middle school, high school, ever since I came to the US, I've gained a lot of weights. So as a kid, I was a very chubby kid, and I have friends that that'll be like, "Oh, you're not chubby," and I'm sure they're saying it by the American standard of like chubbiness, but at home with my family, with like my grandparents and aunts and aunties, they're like, "Oh, you're getting a bit fat, man. You gotta lose the weight." And Asian parents, they're very straight up with telling you the truth, because they are your parents, and if you should hear the truth from anybody, it's from your parents, because one, they're not there to make you feel, I don't want to say make you feel bad, not intentionally make you feel bad, but to let you know what's going on, and for you to maybe change the way you eat, to know that, to stop the process of weight gaining. Because I think for all parents, we don't try to make our kids feel bad for no reason, right? It's like your parents are on your team. They want the best for you. So when you hear that from your parents, I know when you're young, you probably think they're attacking you, but really they're just there trying to help you, warn you that, hey, this is what's happening. You're getting a little bit of weight, so eat a little less, or go play a little more, exercise a little more, whatever, right? And as I was saying, I think everybody's has insecurities, no matter how young or how old they are. It's just that as you get older, you're either better at hiding your insecurities, or you work through them, or you overcome them, right? And what the hell am I gonna say? I think for the longest time, growing up Asian, I was really insecure about my height. And I think growing up, my mom has always wished I was taller, or whenever I was growing up, getting older, when I was a teenager, young adolescent, my mom would always hope that I would reach 170 centimeter, and I think that's 5'7", and so that's one of the things she really wish, she prays about it. She really hopes that, even when I was a kid, that she hoped that I grow up to be 170 centimeter. And I think for the longest time, I was really insecure about my height, because, I feel like that was always kind of pushed upon me. I think I was always okay with my height, but not until I really went in college and I realized that, oh man, people are really tall, and that's when I started really psyching my head out and really think that height really matters when it comes to like dating and when it comes to just like general attractiveness. And I think if you're a younger crowd watching this, maybe in your earlier 20s, maybe looks is still very much a thing that you try to do your best in, whether it's keeping yourself clean, shaved, dressed a certain way, to be part of some sort of archetype, what I mean by archetype is like, oh, if you want to fit in with like the popular people, right? You see like hype beast stuff, you tend to gravitate towards maybe hype beast clothing, or if you're trying to look more like O money, right? I think O money is one of the things that's a trend these days, where you dress a certain way with like loafers and I don't know, they wear slacks or like vests. I think that's also what old money people wear. But anyways, so yeah, we try to dress a certain way to represent ourselves, because we are a brand, right? We are a brand, and we try to we want to be seen in a certain way. And I think for a while in my 20s, I really did that. I wanted to, look with the crowd and like, do what the crowd's doing and just follow it, because you want to belong and look apart and look unique and stand out. It's like you want to stand out, not too much where it rocks the boat, but stand out enough where someone will take a look at you. And I think I did a lot of that in my 20s. But now that I'm like, reaching the end of my 20s, it's like you kind of learn who you are as a person, and you know that nobody really cares. People are, maybe they might bat an eye at how you dress if you dress nice, but most of the time people are too busy caring about themselves to really pay attention to you. Like, they might pay attention to you for a little bit, but most people are busy looking after themselves, or being in their head, being insecure about themselves and anything. Like I said, everyone has insecurities. And so yeah, now that I'm older, I kind of just dress the way I dress. And for example, what I wear every day is just a t-shirt. I'm sure if you see my previous videos, I'm more to like a mono, I don't know these fashion words, but like I wear a single color. And if you know what that like word is, comment down below and educate me, because I totally forgot what that means. I like to wear single colors. So before in my 20s, I would wear like these big logos like the Stussy, the Abercrombie, the Hollister. I'm sure you all been through it. And the Big Gap, I think that was really popular. And now I like to wear like, and maybe it's the hype, but I tend to gravitate towards more minimalistic things where I could just put on and just not have to worry about what I'm wearing, just kind of go with the day. I mean, I try to make the colors match, but nowadays I go for a more like timeless fit. You can wear these things no matter what the trendy things are different, or like baggy pants or whatever, right? I know a lot of people are wearing baggy pants, and I think for a while, because I grew up in the 2010s, skinny jean was a huge thing in my generation. And when I go to work, I work with kids in middle school and high school, so they are the younger generation. And whenever I wear my skinny jeans, which is most of the time, I always get these weird looks, like from girls, especially girls that like look me up and down and like really like hone in their eyes on my pants. And I'm like, I know they're roasting me, or probably thinking like I'm out of fashion, since that skinny jeans, because they're so tight, and I have pretty like big quads and big calves. But hey, that's what I like wearing. I mean, sue me, why don't you? It's cheese, right? But I'm willing to make a bet that skinny jeans are gonna come back. Okay, bet on it. Skinny jeans will come back. okay? And it might be in a different sense, or a variation of the past skinny jeans, but it will come back. Oh, who knows? It might be the same skinny jeans. Fashion tends to repeat itself. So now we're gonna talk about dating. Wow, a lot of ums. Yeah, I've been dating. I've been trying to see people, or trying to meet people, right? That still counts as dating, right? When you go out and you meet new people, even though sometimes it doesn't go anywhere, it still counts as dating, because you're meeting people and you are on a date to get to know each other. And I think now that I'm a little older, I think I've been a lot more straightforward with dating and a lot more honest about myself. I think in the past, I've always tried to kind of, I don't want to say manipulate, but like I've always tried playing a character. I've always tried I always tried playing a character that wasn't me when I went on dates, and try to like be someone else who I'm not. And I think I've used the earlier 20s to really find out that, like, that's really not who I am. And not to say that like I purposely try to lie to these people I've dated in the past, but I just feel like there were a lot of things about myself that I didn't like, and part of me, or a lot of things about myself that I'm insecure about, and part of those things are why I choose to cover it up by becoming somebody else entirely, to try to be seen in a certain way, so I look like I'm more dateable. And man, looking back, I feel like I have so many just funny moments, or embarrassing moments, but then when you have these moments and you look back, you kind of just think, damn, that's who I was, and this is who I am now. I've come a long way. And I don't know, you kind of have to kind of be lighthearted when you think back at your younger self, and be grateful that you have had opportunities or a learning experience, and to learn about yourself. When you go on dates, I feel like you do learn a lot about yourself, what you like, what you don't like, and what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate. I think that's a big one about dating. Nowadays, I try to get a date every, I'd say minimally once a month. And that's just like casual dating. I'm not like really on the apps that much. It's more like I'll send a message, and if they reply, great. If not, no big deal. It's not like the main focus of what I'm trying to accomplish. Granted that I am getting a lot of pressure from my parents. Oh, you're at the age where you should settle down and find somebody, and it's so hard to try to explain to my parents is that the generation is different. My parents came from the older generation where I think my mom and my dad were like not arranged, but they met. Maybe it's arranged, but they were introduced. They were introduced to each other through like maybe relatives or something. But I think that's how a lot of people met back in China in like the 80s or 70s. But yeah, my parents they're practically fossils. And and I'm sure you people who are out there, if you are dating, most people are meeting on the apps, or I'm sure there are a lot of people meeting through bars and whichever venues, the gyms, the clubs, the raves, etc. And You know, maybe eventually I'll work up the courage to sit next to a random girl at church to talk to them and meet them that way. But yeah, right now I just don't have the courage to do so. And I think that's always been like a big thing for me, to work up the courage to talk to girls in person. I feel like when you go into the mindset of trying to get to know them as more than friends, you put more pressure on yourself. But if you go into it thinking, oh, I'm just trying to meet another person, maybe possibly become friends to see if we're compatible, you know, see if we could get along as friends, I think that really dumbs down the anxiety of approaching or just talking to strangers. At least that's what really helped me. It's just that you know, don't go in and trying to crush on somebody, just like to get to know them, you know. And you know, that's just the easier step, getting to know people. I think so oftentimes I would use pickup lines, or I think that was what was new and novel back when I was in college. It was like pickup lines, because nobody would use pickup lines. But nowadays it's like the trend for pickup lines is like oversaturated, right? You hear pickup lines everywhere, and yeah, it's I don't know, it's so it's even with online dating. I remember when I was in college and I did online dating. It was new, and people were like very into it because it was a novelty experience. But nowadays it's like even online dating is getting kind of saturated, and I feel like nowadays it's harder to get a meetup. Maybe that's just, I'm speaking mostly from my experience, that it's just harder to get a meetup in person, especially when I first got back into it. But lately, hey, it's been working. I feel like really asking them out on like a coffee date. Hey, like, we should get coffee. Would you like to get coffee? Let's get coffee sometimes. I think that's been working a lot for me. I've been able to like meet a lot of people just through asking them out on coffee, because I think it's because people's time is valuable. And I think that something like coffee, where it's like low commitment, you know, you're going there and you may be spending about, you know, it's low cost. You get to learn about somebody through a drink, and you know, you hang out and you get to know them for like maybe 1 or 2 hours. And if it really clicks, then you know, you'll know. If not, then you know, you go your separate ways and just be friends. But most of the times I feel like when they say they want to be friends, it's like it's a good way to kind of like end it there. But I think both party, like I said, I'm only speaking for myself. I don't think, you know, we'll hit each other up to hang out like one-on-one, because that's just that's different, unless like you two obviously have very like similar hobbies where that happens, right? And so yeah, coffee has been the thing that works for me for online dating and just meeting with people. And yeah, I kind of want to talk more about who I was when I first started dating. I feel like I copied a lot of jokes. You know, like I said, I did a lot of play pretend, try to fit in, try to seem funny, even though sometimes I would tell these jokes that I didn't think funny, but you know, it was funny because I saw it on a video. I was like, oh, maybe I could like reproduce the same result. But you know, I really learned that if something doesn't fit your personality, as in like if that's not who you are on a day-to-day basis, that you don't say those type of jokes, and you don't, and that's not who you are, that's not your personality, it comes off as really awkward, or at least maybe the delivery of it might be off, because you're doing something else that's not you. And I think in a deep level, people can sense that. Maybe if you're really good, not initially, but people will eventually sniff you out that that's not who you are. And and I feel like if I could give 2 cents about dating, is that you should always be honest. Be honest with who you are. Be honest with if you like them, you should be honest. And I know that so many things I hear nowadays, it's like, I feel like dating, especially when I've seen, not sure if it's still the same thing, but I've heard podcasts of like the younger early 20s people. They're like, oh, I want to see what my options out there are like. And there's a lot of, he's coming on too strong. And I say that's BS. I feel like if you state your intention and you be very honest with yourself, if that's what you are, if that's what you're feeling, if that's what you want, you let them know. And if they don't like that, then they never liked you that much in the first place, right? Or they never had that much interest to keep moving forward with you in the first place. And I feel like at my age, I'm okay with a hard, fast, quick rejection than to continue to waste my time and waste both of our time and watering the wrong plants. When this plant is gonna get up and leave, because it's like, time is very valuable. You're never gonna get it back. And yeah, like be straightforward in your intention. If you like them, let them know. And if they feel a certain way about you, if they give you if they feel you, then they'll let you know. And if they don't, then they never had that much interest in the first place, or maybe they were just kind of maybe just enjoy your attention. But I think most of the time, when people are young, it's that they really enjoy the attention they get, even if they know that they're not gonna want to date you, but they just really like the attention. And I think that's the big thing right now. It's like in dating, it's like the attention you get from people that aren't even interested. Because let's be honest, people, I think especially girls, get validated a lot on the way they look, the way they're treated, based on the attentions they get from guys. And just want to put that out there. Attention is like the big currency right now. Rejection is just the filtering process to get to the ones that are interested in you, that are really interested in you. Not like wishy-washy, maybe I'm interested, but like rejection is the process for you. It's for you. Rejection is the process rejection is the filtering process to get to those people, those girls, those gals who are really interested in you. And there's a very well-known quote in the anime Naruto where what makes a man, it's because of rejection, because you can't go through life without getting them, or giving them, in fact. And having rejection makes you tough. It gives you confidence to know that you can handle the truth. And I think the truth is getting more and more diluted nowadays, whether that's in being upfront in dating, or even the message people want to hear. It's like people don't want to hear the truth nowadays. They want to hear everything else. They want to feel like they could blame other people, and they never want to take a good look. They want to think that they themselves are never the problem. And I think that's the biggest issue, is that they don't self-reflect and do any of that. And yeah I feel like I've I've covered through in my video. I've covered through insecurities. I've covered through dating now versus dating when I was younger, and a bit of what you can do if you have somebody in mind that you want to talk to and get to know. Is that, you know, if you feel like, you know, you want to get to know somebody, just talk to them. And if that's your cup of tea, then you should ask them out. Ask them to go to the mall, or ask them to, you know, get some food or something. I think food is always a good way to bond and hang out. And if you guys have similar clubs, like, it's even better, right? Having similar environments gives you more opportunities to talk to each other, whether you guys are in the same church group or school club or whatever, you know, entertainments that you guys are both in. I think those are a great way to kind of tread the needles, if that's the right saying. But anyways, cheers. I'm basically almost done with this raspberry lime juice, and I have a bunch of other errands to run, so hopefully this video will be out soon. If not, I'll see you guys next time. That was a poor ending, but hey, we could only get better as we continue to make mistakes. Yep, we can only get better in life, in anything, as we continue to experiment and try new things or new attempts. But I just want to leave that with you. And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share. If you found it insightful and you want to see more, subscribe. But as always, cheers. Bye.